You. Moving now into Ken Wilber Altitudes. Stages of consciousness evolution as fast as possible. That video, again, it's another one of my 12 stages tutorials. I got a couple of responses to this. Logical empiricist 973. Uh-oh. What are our best indications in the third quadrant of third tier states? I don't number the quadrants. I think you maybe mean bottom right, probably being a logical empiricist. What are the best indications of the third tier? Brain scans, EEG, those are really good. Like any social science, you have to take human reporting, what people claim to be, if a lot of people are saying the same thing and that they're saying you have to meditate for 20 years to get there, that creates an experimental kind of injunction. Like if you don't do that process, you can't really speak with authority on it. And if you do and you attain that state, then you can be recognized by a peer group of other people who do that. So there's a bit of a leap of faith there, for sure, as a logical empiricist. And I'm not asking you to believe in this. I'm just, you can comprehend what I'm saying as a potential reality. And if you commit to that injunction, as I have, you will find it more and more true the more you meditate and the more you do spiritual practice and the more you integrate shadow and grow up and wake up. Do we have evidence of these states except first-person statements? Again, we don't understand the human brain. We don't understand what consciousness is. So it's like, do we have evidence that consciousness exists? I think, therefore I am. Like, is that scientifically valid? I don't know. Do you have evidence of lucid dreaming? Yes, that exists now. It used to not exist, and now it does, because more and more people are claiming it's real. So why does it exist? Because people say it does. I say it does. I've done it. I do it. It's real, clearly, to me. But if you haven't had a lucid dream, maybe it's not real to you, right? That is the truth claim of it. And for hard sciences, I invite hard scientists to look into this, to investigate this. It's a thing that scientists are becoming more interested in. And there's a lot of malarkey. There's a lot of fake mystics and a lot of chicanery. And believe me, I'm as annoyed with it as the next scientist. But the crazy thing is how real it is, too, that this is a thing that happens to human beings all throughout history and across cultures. And so it's kind of got an undeniableness to the same extent that anything in social sciences does. Like, can you scientifically prove ADHD? Or is that just a collection of symptoms that's been called something so that we can give you a medication that will change your behavior in a way that makes it appear that affliction has gone away, or that you're now socially more pragmatically useful because of these stimulants that you take, because we've identified that as a thing. But like, is it scientifically real? Is it proven? Is there anything besides people saying things that make it true? No, not really. Unfortunately, the truth claim of the third tier is not orange meme rational empiricism. That's a hard pill to swallow if that is the tool, the hammer with which you approach reality. I wonder if this meditating thing is not just seeing things where no things are. Well, what you're seeing is real. Like when I'm lucid dreaming, is the lucid dream unreal? I'm experiencing it. Right now I'm constructing this room around myself. I'm not actually directly experiencing any of the matter or energy in this room. It's all being processed by my eyes and ears. So is it unreal? So this is epistemology, this is metaphysics, this is truth claims. Is meditating just seeing things where no things are? They're there once you see them, and they're not there until you see them. So, kinda? Like, this is the nature of science, is finding patterns where you didn't realize they existed before, or discovery, discovering things. Boy, as far as like cross-cultural, across history, it seems to be like a pretty universal human attribute that we can do this, that we can do higher states of consciousness. So the only real way that you can answer that as a scientist is to do the meditation thing and see if these things that we're saying happen. And that's what I did as a scientist. I approached it. I said, well, okay, I'll try it as much as I can. And I found that this is all true, that these states do occur, and they're hard. It's hard to get there. You have to put away a lot of your nonsense and let go of things that you think are fundamental. There's a lot of mini deaths along the way, but yes, this is real. I'm telling you. This is just me saying it. So disregard that if you will, if you want to. But more and more people are going to be saying it, and it's going to become something that we have to actually approach as scientists and actually have to look at. And to whatever extent you want to read body scans more in the upper right, I welcome you to. I think that's great work, and I think it needs to be done. It's just that the interest isn't there. We're more quick to dismiss it in the manner of Freud, of saying it's just infantile regression. I'm not denying that some people report these experiences. I just question if we can pinpoint them in the material brain. It might just be crazy stuff that meditators claim to have witnessed. What good is meditation for except relaxing? I don't see experienced meditators developing ESP or some other psychic qualities that might come in handy in solving the world's problems. It just seems to me that they retreat to their inner selves and leave the outside behind. Being interested also in the outside world, I question if someone really ought to meditate that much. It might even be that this hierarchy is real, that if you keep on meditating, you experience these stages in a row and cannot skip one stage. Wilbur has not shown any third quadrant brain correlates of meditating. He can alter his brainwaves. Cool. Doesn't change a thing. Can he, for instance, get reborn or something? I might be interested in that, for example. Shirley MacLaine can remember her former lives. The Dalai Lama cannot. So I think it is just all BS, and these monks are wasting valuable time that can be indulged in consumption. Well, we're not calling Orange Meme wrong. Again, if that is what you see and that is your truth, that I agree with you to the extent of itself, that is all like, I don't know, I don't speak for Shirley MacLaine or the Dalai Lama, but the proof is not in being reborn and doing miracles. The proof is in experiencing a wider and higher state of consciousness. It's to be free of this ego prison. It's to understand that this is all a story. So the Orange Meme doesn't value that, and they're just like, why the hell do you care so much? Like, why would this matter? But why does it matter to get stuff? Why does consumption matter? Why does physical comfort matter? Why does happiness matter? Why does it matter whether I eat or not? These are assumptions. These are hidden assumptions. So we're not saying you're wrong at all. You're completely right. It's just that if you haven't had that experience of meditation, of transcendence, of ego death, of seeing outside of your silly little story of a person, you can't even comprehend like why it would be useful. And that's totally fine. Orange Meme saves the world. Orange Meme is amazing. I love it. But notice how dismissive you're being, that, like we're just relaxing. Well, good golly, try meditating for a while. Meditate for 2 hours a day and just see how relaxing that is. What's really relaxing is being couched in a belief system. That's what humans want to do. They want to know all the answers and be able to tell everyone else this is the truth. That's what's up. But truth evolves. Truth unfolds. When you're ready for new truths will come out and kick you in the balls. I'm ready for new truths, and I'm pursuing second-tier truths at this time. I have no problem with your perspective at all. Just like, I said to Amber Meme a moment ago, like, I'm with you to the extent that this is the truth that we share, that we're logical empiricists here. And unfortunately, this is a donut. You can't understand how sweet and how good a donut is until you've had one, right? If spiritual states can occur spontaneously, but they usually occur due to spiritual practice and a conscious intent to do it. If you don't have the motive to do that and you think it's pointless and it doesn't make sense according to your worldview, then you won't commit to that experience and you won't understand why it's valuable. So it's this funny thing, like, I can't see any flaw in your logic. But what I'm saying is there are higher levels of consciousness than the one that you're expressing and feeling and thinking. Just like the mythic true believer can't understand why rationality would make so much sense and fix the world and fix my problems and why that would be useful, because I know everything I need to know. It's all in the good book. It's all in what somebody told me. As long as I adhere to heaven and hell and everyone but me is punished for eternity, then everything's fine, right? But then you get to rational logical, and it's like, no, that's not fine. I actually have to test whether any of this is true. And I don't trust some bozo to tell me what's true. It has to be proven. So now I'm with you. I'm logical, rational empiricist. But it's not the last stage, amazingly.